If you find stories of 57 millimeter artillery shells stuck up funny,
dude.
What?
Now we're going to have to put the preemptive thing on this that says, don't listen to this tease because, it might be rude and gross.
It is rude and gross. If you like rude and gross, we're your guys.
There you are.
Please like, subscribe, and or follow This Is True Really News, and have all your rude and gross friends do the same.
That's what I want on my epitaph right there. Tony Verkennis. Rude and gross. Oh, yeah, he was a husband and dad, too.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Verkennis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
So anyway, when 98-year-old David Saunders died, he died of COVID-19 in late August.
Oh.
See, now, if I was a rude, really conservative type, I'd say everyone died of COVID-19 in the last year and a half.
Even those hit by trains.
COVID.
Trains. Someone on the train had COVID.
Have you seen, by the way, have you seen the Scottish, I can't do it, the Scottish COVID cell?
No.
It's all plaid and the little prickly things are bagpipe horns. It's very funny.
Ooh, I do like that.
Anyway, Saunders' family donated his body to MedEd Labs. MedEd Labs. Really? That's all you could do for medical and science research. Well, one day.
Turned him into a wheel.
I've pretty much watched all the Terminators one day.
They couldn't be a cog because none of the cogs would stay, they're in
and Mr. Cogswell would make so much money off that.
Exactly.
But Google it. But King TV in Portland, Oregon reports that MedEd then sold the cadaver to Jeremy Siliberto, the organizer of the Oddities and Curiosities Expo, which travels around the country and charges spectators $500 a pop to observe in person the autopsy and dissection of a human body.
Yuck.
See, I was of you couldn't pay me enough money
to go witness that. Yep.
I mean, $500 to pay me would be on the low end of even thinking about it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't think about it.
These people paid $500 to watch. When investigators alerted Mike Clark, the funeral director in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Did you ever know that Baton Rouge? It's like France.
It means red stick.
It's Baton Rouge or France. It's not the Tour de France.
It's Baton
Rouge.
The
Tour de France, and it's Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Baton Rouge.
Whichever. It's in Louisiana. It's got a B and an R in it. When investigators alerted the funeral director in that Louisiana city, Mike Clark, who had prepared Saunders' body for donation, he was mortified.
Oh, Lord.
I was totally horrified. He and his family thought that his body was going for the advancement of medical students. Instead, it went to it went to a Marriott ballroom. No, it's not just for weird motivational seminars anymore.
How did he get,
That's where the participants were invited to examine and touch the body, which, if you'll remember right, was 98 years old, died of COVID-19. With all that we know of COVID, could it have still been, well, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Armed.
Infectious?
Oh, that, yeah.
Well, of course it was armed, two of them. So Alberto, there has to be a defense here, right?
Yeah, he says.
Because he can guarantee that the departed and his family knew what his body would be used for. But a MedEd spokesman says the event organizer was beyond dishonest. Wow. I'm just trying to hear the amount of chinging. There's going to be a lot of chinging at some point.
Oh, yeah. And, oh, boy, or maybe a little strangling.
But, however, it is in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, boy. Weird crap can happen there.
You take it to Louisiana, there'll be money spent. You take it to Portland, it could be a show.
Yeah.
Of the feces variety.
My wife would watch a surgery. She watched my surgery.
She would only watch. See, my wife would only watch something like that if it were me or her. If it were her, that would be just so wrong.
Oh, yeah.
No, Doc, I want to be awake. It'll hurt. I don't care.
Yeah, I want to see this. Anyway, a Taiwanese man who suffered excruciating pain from being bitten by a centipede in his private parts has received some solace in the form of an insurance payout, according to China Press. According to Mr. Yi, he had just finished cleaning his room and
Did he
decided
say who when he got bit?
Yi who? You go lay by your dish. According to Mr. Yi, he had just finished cleaning his room and decided to take a nap on the floor while naked.
It's upstairs.
You know, this still sounds a lot to me like I slipped and fell on the artillery shell. Right?
Or anything else that happens to find its way into weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says he was jolted awake by a sharp pain in his groinal area, which he soon found out was caused by a large centipede that had clamped its mandibles down on his scrotum.
Sorry.
He at first thought to bash the centipede with a book, but quickly ruled that course of action out.
Good plan.
He tried pulling the centipede off, but to no avail.
Had a grip there. It was a bulldog centipede.
He finally resorted to crushing it with his bare hands, which worked. Now, weak from pain, he took himself to the emergency room. He later called must make it to emergency room. He later called his insurance agent. Exactly. That's the picture of the cartoon strip right there.
Yep.
He later called his insurance agent and was pleasantly surprised to learn that he was eligible for an insurance payout for loss of work due to an accident. Our TiTR crack investigative team went over and overheard Mr. Yi musing on the possibility of earning money and time off by sleeping naked on his floor permanently. Tone?
Hell of a job if you can get it.
Ooh.
Unless it's linoleum, that would be kind of chilly. Winnipeg, Manitoba, heist went so wrong on Halloween. Really?
Last week you said you had one more Halloween story, and that was it.
It just happens to be the heist happened on October 31st.
So it wasn't a Halloween story.
Well, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
And the heist happened then.
All right, fine.
It's kind of like making Die Hard into a Christmas freaking movie.
It is.
Oh, gosh. What's our email?
TiTR
at
netradio.network.
Please take a minute and just tell me, yes or no, is Die Hard one of my favorite movies? I have to tell you. It's got no morally redeeming value whatsoever, but Bruce Willis is fun, and watching Hans do the flop is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And really, can you have a Merry Christmas till Hans does that?
Every
just tell me, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Its wings.
Oh, I hate you. Now you've ruined my favorite Christmas movie. So if you would, please, TiTR at netradio.net.
Work.
Just all we want to know. Oh, netradio.net work.
Yeah.
Because
someone's squatting on netradio.net and they want way too much money for it. And I'm not paying for it.
May you die a painful death.
Netradio.network.
Okay, netradio.network. Send us an email, please, and just tell me, yes or no. Just yes or no. Die Hard, a Christmas movie, yay or nay?
Okay.
It happens at Christmas. It's not a Christmas movie, but I like to watch it around Christmas. I can't explain that either. Anyway, back on this Halloween heist.
Which you haven't even started yet.
Well, it's in Winnipeg. We knew that.
Okay.
We knew it was a heist that went wrong on Halloween, because really, what could go wrong with a heist on Halloween?
Absolutely nothing.
Winnipeg Police Service told the CBC that neighbors reported smelling natural gas because the thieves had broke into a vacant house to steal the furnace.
Morons.
So many questions. When officers responded, they saw 2 unconscious people inside the home. They were, yes, the thieves. They had been overcome by the gas fumes after the gas line became dislodged, because if you're going to steal the furnace, the gas line's not going with it. You might. They regained consciousness outside, were questioned, but because this is Canada, were later released without charges.
Why?
It's Canada. Unless the police are actually there while you pull the trigger and kill the person.
Yeah.
However, if you go
Hey,
somewhere
you're
without a
getting ticket,
mask,
buddy.
you go somewhere without a mask, you're not vaccinated, then you're screwed.
Mm,
We're talking life in prison or longer.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. How would you not? It's Canada. I was thinking if it was anywhere else, they would have known maybe we should turn the gas off.
Well, they
before
should
we
know it
steal
in
the
Canada
furnace.
too. I mean, but it's proof
Dude.
that the world is crying out for a smart criminal.
They had two bad guys passed out and let them go.
Well, that's dumb too.
So listen, to all the smart criminals in the U.S., if you can ever get enough of the vaccines in you to get to Canada, should be easy pickings.
Mm.
To all my Canadian friends, the hell is wrong with your country?
An Ozark County deputy arrested a man after a foot chase. Deputies had
foot.
Yes, it was because he chased his foot, which carried the rest of him. Deputies, that's a hand.
No thing.
Well, yes. Deputies had pulled over Noel Cole,
His parents are evil.
wanted on several felony warrants out of Douglas County.
My name was Noel Cole. I'd be a felon too, I suspect.
During questioning, Cole attempted to flee on foot. The deputy used his taser. However, the vehicle door pulled the cords free. So Noel Cole did not get, zapped. While chasing Cole, the deputy noticed something suspicious in his hand. Upon capture, it was noted that Cole was holding a Marie Callender chocolate cream pie. The pie is safe with Cole's belongings awaiting his release.
It'll still be good.
TiTR's crack investigative team spoke with Cole and asked him about the pie. He said he thought it was going to be a long chase and he might need a snack.
What, no Mellomars?
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.